I got today? I picked up several items. This one is the most interesting. I found this at the antique place, and I'm gonna have to post a picture of it because I don't think that we'll be able to see the, what do you call it? Actually, if you go on the YouTube channel, I did post a picture of this. I don't know what it is. It's got a blunt end here. These edges right here are not sharp. It says something Montague L and H. There's some things. Divan 47R TIS something Jeton Charles. So I don't know. I took a picture of it. It's got a flat side here. You can see it's curved this way. It's not, hasn't been sharpened, or maybe it's been blunted down. I don't know. It's got a pretty smooth handle. It's got a hole here, I guess. I don't know if this is a slapper for auto body work, maybe, but I don't think so. It's kind of too flat. Is it a, I'm guessing it's from France. Is it a meat chopper? Like just not a, but a tenderizer, so you can smack either flat or this way. It's round, and then maybe I don't know. I really don't know what this is. I seen it. I was like, should I buy it? It was cheap. It wasn't expensive, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna kick myself in the butt if I don't buy this ridiculous piece of. It's all metal. There's no plastic handle on it. It's got a weird little like round profile. You could see it's got a nice handle. So it's nice and hefty and beefy. I mean, you could probably axe somebody open with this thing, but I'm asking you, the viewers, what the heck this is. So anyway, that's my first little gift from the antique gods in Vermont. The next little thing I bought was for my what do you call it? Toolbox. I found an old antique cash drawer. Why did I buy it? Because I thought it was cool. It was like $3, and it has, I don't know, I have no idea why I put this in, but I know it's flat. It should fit in my toolbox. And I'm pretty sure there's something I could put this in. Maybe a little piece, I don't know. But I got a little toolbox down here. Nice little drawer insert. I had another one which was like this high. I was like, you know what, never mind. But it's just an old, you can see it's got the little round insert. It's got the little things where they locked it in the wood drawer and maybe screwed it in, who knows. It's got a little bit of that industrial gray, like hammer tone finish on it. Yeah, actually it's like the old school hammer tone finish. It's all metal, a little wavy. I guess you can put pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and whatever else in here. So that was the other thing I picked up. It was cheap. I think I said it was like $3. The other thing I picked up was, I bought from my store. It's this. So far I have the little plastic one, and I have this is like literally new old stock, because the mounting hardware hasn't even taken out a plastic bag. And I always wondered how you open this. Anybody wants a, what do you call a hack a bathroom? Where's that little thing here? Where is it? Anyway, there's a little thing in here, which, wait, let me show you. Let me get a screwdriver so I don't have to open up the package. There's a little, I always wondered how you open this, because, when you're in a bathroom, you just want to hack everything. There's a little tiny thing you slide sideways, and it opens. So you could fill it. It's brand spanking new. Polished stainless steel. It's got some dings and ringy dingies in there. So, what am I doing with it? I am most likely going to take the mounting hardware out of the bag, put it on the back, and mount it in my store on the ceiling somewhere. Or maybe I should. Or maybe I'll put it in the shop. Who knows? Be kind of cool. Thought it was cool. It was like $10. Added to the antiques from my store. The fact that it still had the original hardware is just like cool. A lot of times, like I always see those Dixie cup dispensers, and this little V piece here is always missing. And I thought that was really cool. I also wanted to show you, I finally found it. It was in my wife's vehicle. This thing, I thought, I don't know where the actual plate, where the other, I bought two of these, and I put one together, and this one's still in the package. It's a collector knives and tools. Apparently, I looked online for more of these, and they're out of business. So, if you want one, good luck. It's a trigger knife kit. The trigger knife is a kit that enables kids 7 and up to build their very own folding knife. It's all plastic. Apparently, it used to come multicolors. I looked online. Apparently, went bankrupt. Apparently, there's one you can find them on eBay. I think Spyderco makes them. It's a little thing. It's put it together. It actually is pretty cool. You pop it, and my kids were playing with it. And I had an idea if I ever find the other one again. I was thinking maybe I should use it as like a pattern and try make my own knife just for fun of it. I mean, now I kind of get it how nice made. And when you have something like this as a cheat sheet to first learn, it's kind of cool because when you've never made a knife before, you're like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know. It was pretty expensive. I picked it up at Bradley's Military in Watertown several weeks ago. This one I'm probably gonna just keep and just keep it and keep it and keep it. And somebody's gonna probably when I drop dead, sell it at a garage sale for like $2 or $3, which is not what I paid for it. It was much more. And they'll open it and ruin it forever. So yeah. Now, what else did I have? I had the meat slapper thingamajiggy, and without further ado, I have one of these. This, I don't know. There's no markings on it that I can find, that I even noticed. It's just a little bench vise. I don't know if it's busted. I think the little screw broke off on here. But I was like, you know what? Hey, why not? It only has this much bite, and after that it pops off. Somebody probably over tightened it. It's either got black paint or it's got, what do you call it on it? What do they call that? Japaning. I don't know. There's no made in China on it. There's no nothing. It was like $3, whatever. Kind of cool. The other one is this one. I like Pexto tools. I have a Pexto metal bender, and I thought I'd buy a Pexto little vise here. Made in USA. I'll bolt it to the corner so you can see. Okay, my bench is a mess. Turn the light on. I don't know if this handle's original. It's kind of loopy. But it bolts on. You can screw it down too. Screws on. Apparently it's a jeweler's vise. I didn't pay. I was on eBay and they were selling them for $99 to $300. Not $300. $99 to $139 for a Pexto little vise. It doesn't look like it's been. So it's been sawed a little bit. There's a little bit of patina. There's some scratch marks. It says made in USA on one side. If you look at this side, it says made in the USA. It still has part of the original black on it. This is silver. There's no words on this side, but if you close it, it says Pexto, and I think I have a couple other Pexto tools. I don't know what I did with it, but anyway, I like Pexto tools. I just found a company I liked, and you know what? I was like, you know what? They make some pretty good tools. So now I have 25 million of these things, 40 million of little ones, and the reason why I have the tiny ones because I really like big bench vises, but see that shelf right here? That's full of little bench vises. And when you start, I don't know, you just pick a tool and you're like, oh, I'm going to collect that because something in your mind goes, that's really cool. Like, you like that? Kind of like this. Like, my mind was like, yeah, it's neat. Kind of like an endorphin rush. Like, ooh, nice shiny metal. But anyway, the giant vises were out of my price range. Pretty much out of my weight class. I'm not going to be buying 8-inch vises and breaking my back. And I don't have a gantry crane to haul them in here. And I would love a railroad vise, one of those big 1,000-pound things with the 700-pound stand, but I don't really need one. Even though it'd be cool, because, bragging rights. Like, that's all they're really for, really, unless you own a shop. And so anyway, I figured, you know what? I always see small vises, so why not collect small ones? So basically, I have probably the world's rustiest collection of vises, because most of the little ones on here are little rust buckets. Like, it's in my collectible price range, which is between $5 and $10. And then when you hit the jackpot on one of these, and somebody tells you it's worth like $400, and I think I got a Wilton baby bullet here, which is worth anybody who knows anything about a Wilton baby bullet, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. 2-inch jaws. I have a Wilton 3-inch, 4.5-inch. And when I find Wiltons, I pick them up. So if they're appropriately priced, but the hell with if they're small vise. Anyway, I think that was all I had for this week. Oh, I'm gonna splice this in because I forgot one tool. It was in my pocket, and I'll show you what it is. This is cool. I don't normally buy these or ever see them. Hold on. Hold on. All right. I almost sneezed, and then I didn't sneeze. As soon as I turn the camera on, I sneeze. Stop. Okay. Here we go. This is the other thing I picked up. It was what do you call this again? Thread guide? I don't know who makes this. I was going to take it apart at the store, but it comes with let's see. This comes off. Maybe there's a name on the bottom. As I take this apart, I don't know what this thing is supposed to be doing here. That's a locking piece, I guess. Guess it's supposed to. Don't know what this does. Don't know. I think it's supposed to go like this. Where the heck? There we go. Okay, I get it. So anyway, this goes like so. Okay, I get it. Somebody had it on wrong. That goes down there. This goes there. There's no... I didn't see any markings on it of a manufacturer. It's just what it came with this in it. Let me see if I can get it out of here. That opens good. Come up. One more. Almost. See what size it came with. Oh, there's 3.5. There we go. This is a Ace 1024 USA. There's no markings whatsoever on here. Who made it whatsoever? This side unscrews. A little bit of chips in there. There we go. How the hell did it get? Weird. Anyway, it had threading chips in there. I've been buying quite a few little thread gauges. Not thread gauges, but threading tools at pawn shops, because these things come in handy. They may not be useful to a lot of people, but when you need one, they come in handy. I'm guessing this just went like this, or like this. Then you screw that one in there. Screw that one in there. Screw that one in there. I don't want to lose these little peanut screws. Drop it on the floor. I'll never see it again here. And the little... Oh yeah, I think it's jammed now because I tightened it too far. Oh, there we go. See? The little thingamabobber spins here. See? I don't know if you can see in there, but it closes up. Can you see it? I see it move. Here we go. So anyway, I paid like $2 for this thing. I don't think nobody even knew what. I'm sure the person who had it, who had no tools on their bench, didn't know what it was. So I was like, you know what? I always see people have really nice vintage ones, and compared to the other little piece of SH, you know what, I have the newer ones. This is like, this old ugly one is a serious improvement to the crappy ones I have. Now, will the little dies I have fit in there? I have no idea, but who knows? I probably have one, and this is the only die it'll ever fit in there. So anyway, I'll thread this into my other video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Here's another last look at it. Just a standard tapping handle. I will be tapping some more bolts and doing more work, so stay tuned and hope you enjoyed this video. Adios, amigos. And I probably, like I said, I got some work got to do. I'll have more videos out, and so stay tuned, keep watching, and thanks for watching. Toodles.